So let's move on to the basic topic of this chapter. So first of all, metals and non-metals. Now, the elements are primarily classified or they are categorized as metals and non-metals. And as of now, according to the scientist, about 118 elements are known today. That means these are, as of now, they are described by the scientist. And the number is 118 elements. There are more than 90 metals, that is approx 92, 22 non-metals, it is near about 26, and a few metalloids. Now 92 plus 26 and the few are metalloids. Metalloids means what? Those who are having the elements which are having both the characters of metals as well as non-metals, they are known as the metalloids. So what we have learned from the first statement, that the elements can be classified as two groups, that is the metals and the non-metals. As of now, the scientists have described almost about 100 elements, and out of these 118, 92 are metals, 26 are non-metals, and the rest of the elements are metalloids, that is having both the properties of metal as well as non-metal. Now, sodium, potassium, magnesium, aluminium, calcium, iron, barium, and etc. There are so many. These are the some common examples of metals. Sodium, potassium, calcium, iron, aluminium, magnesium. These are the common metals that we know. Oxygen, hydrogen, nitrogen, sulfur, phosphorus, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. These are the non-metals, and these are the common non-metals that we know. These are very much known to us, right? Now, how we can categorize or how we can differentiate between the metals and the non-metals, but just by observing them. बाहर से देखकर हम लोग को कैसे पता चलेगा कि कौन सा एलिमेंट मेटल है और कौन सा एलिमेंट नॉन मेटल है? So whenever we categorize the elements into metal and non-metal, okay, so we need to follow one thing that that we need to only follow the physical properties. That means by observing externally, we need to find out that whether it is metal or non-metal. And how we can do that? We can do that by only verifying the physical properties of the metals as well as non-metals. First of all, the metals. Solid at room temperature except mercury. All the metals are solid, whether it is sodium, potassium, magnesium, aluminium, calcium, whatsoever. But one exception is there, that is called the mercury. Mercury is liquid in room temperature. Now let me tell you where the mercury is being used and why it is liquid. It is metal, it is liquid. But let me tell you one thing, where the mercury is being used. Mercury is being used in thermometer and in sphygmomanometer. Now let me tell you one thing where these are used. Okay, not digital. Okay, so this is a thermometer, not the digital one. Okay, see, this is the thermometer. Now here you can see a glass tube. A liquid column can be seen. Can you see everyone? प्लीज अनम्यूट करके बोलो. दिख रहा है सब कुछ? दिख रहा है ना? स्मृति, रिद्धि, clearly, Ellie?
Yes, sir.
So देखो, जो ग्लास थर्मोमीटर होता है उसके अंदर एक ग्लास ट्यूब होता है जहां पे एक मेटल का लिक्विड रहता है। वो मेटल कौन सा है? मर्क्यूरी है। Now mercury is being used in the glass tube in the middle of the, that is thermometer. So that is one use. Another use is in the sphygmomanometer, जिसको हम क्या बोलते हैं? जिसको हम बोलते हैं बीपी मशीन, जिसको हम बोलते हैं बीपी मशीन। ये देखो, ये है स्फिग्मोमेनोमीटर। तो स्फिग्मोमेनोमीटर का जो
सर ये तो वही है ना आपके पास?
हाँ
तो
मेरे पास है, मेरे पास है, ये मेरे पास है। ये देखो, इसका जो कॉलम होता है, ये जो कॉलम होता है ना, इसको देखो, यहाँ पे जो ये जो कॉलम होता है, तो इस कॉलम में मर्क्यूरी रहता है। वाटर होने से क्या होगा? वाटर होने से वेपोराइज्ड हो जाएगा ना। वाटर होने से ज्यादा टेम्परेचर में ये या फिर ज्यादा प्रेशर में ये कंप्रेस्ड हो जाएगा, तो ये उसका रीडिंग ठीक तरह से प्रोवाइड नहीं कर सकता। वी कैन यूज द वाटर, एंड वाटर इज, यू नो दैट इट इज colorless, so it cannot be seen through the, so the water level cannot be seen throughout the, that is the glass tube. So it will be really difficult for us to find out the actual, measurement. But whenever the mercury is being used in present, in instead of that, which is used in the glass thermometer or in the BP machine, that is the sphygmomanometer. So this particular mercury is having a grayish color appearance. It is having a grayish color appearance which can be easily visible throughout the glass tube. जो glass tube से हम लोग बाहर से दिख सकते हैं, उसका जो लेवल है हम लोग को पता चलता है कि लेवल कहाँ तक आया है, whether the person is having a high pressure or low pressure. So that is why this is the basic use of mercury. So in room temperature, the mercury is always a liquid, though it is a metal. The next one, ductile. Metals are basically ductile. What do you mean by ductile? The metals can be drawn in two ways. If you hit the metal, if you strike the metal continuously with a hammer, it can be drawn into a wear. This property of metal is known as ductility. इस प्रॉपर्टी को हम लोग क्या बोल सकते हैं? डक्टिलिटी। जो कॉपर वेयर है, एल्यूमिनियम वेयर है, ठीक है, जितने सारे मेटल का जितने सारे वेयर है, so these wares can be prepared or can be produced out of the property that is called ductility. Metals are malleable, that means beaten into sheets. Whenever we beat some of the metals, they can be drawn into sheets. sheet मतलब पेपर जैसा हो जाएगा. This property of metal is known as malleability. Like for example, we use the aluminum foil pack for packing the different foods, so that the aluminum being metal, it can easily retain the temperature for a long time, at least for 2 to 3 hours. 2-3 घंटा जो फूड उसके अंदर जो रहता है वो गर्म रहता है, ठीक है. दिस इज कॉल्ड मेलिएबिलिटी. तो हम लोग क्या कर सकते हैं, जो एल्यूमिनियम का जो फॉयल पैक है उसके अंदर हम लोग फूड को रिटेन कर सकते हैं 2-3 घंटा, जो ये गर्म रहता है. So this property of making the sheets out of the metal is known as malleability. Now metals are sonorous. Sonorous means what? When strike, they produce sound. Whenever you strike any metal, they always produce the sound. Lustres. Metals are always having a lustres, that is a natural shine, if the metal is not rusted enough or corroded. अगर मेटल में कोई कोरेशन या फिर कोई रास्टिंग नहीं हुआ, तो जो मेटल है उसके एक अलग सा एक शाइनिंग अपीयरेंस रहेगा, जिसको हम बोलते हैं लस्टर्स प्रॉपर्टी. हैव हाई मेल्टिंग पॉइंट, उसका मतलब क्या है? मेटल को पिघलाने के लिए, इफ वी वांट टू मेल्ट द मेटल, then we have to provide a huge temperature. That means they are having a high melting point. Cesium and gallium have low melting point. सीजियम और गैलियम दो मेटल है, ये दोनों मेटल अगर तुम अपने पम्प में मतलब हथेली पे अगर रख दोगे, थोड़ी देर बाद ये पिघल जाएगा. उसका मतलब क्या है? दे आर हैविंग ए वेरी लो मेल्टिंग पॉइंट. Metals are generally good conductor of heat and electricity, except lead and mercury, which are comparatively poor conductors. So there is always an exception. So out of the metal, we can see that lead and mercury, they are less, they are less conducting the heat and the electricity. Rather than most of the metals are a very good conductor of heat and electricity. And that is why for any kind of any electric circuit is being, is being constructed along with the help of metals. Even for any kind of any utensils that we are using in our kitchen, all these are made up of metals so that the cooking can be done at its best. Metals have high density. High density means what? The mass and the mass is more. Metals have high density means what? The mass is more. Sodium and potassium can be cut with knife. They have low density. Now sodium and potassium, though they are solid, but can be sometimes can be cut with the help of knife. And as they can be cut with the knife, so that means what? They are having a low density, because high density material or metal cannot be cut with the knife. So this is about the physical properties of metals. Any confusion, anyone? किसी को कोई confusion है? You can show me the
No,
thumbs
sir.
up. Riddhi, Smriti. Okay, fine. Riddhi, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you have any confusion?
No.
Okay, we can go to the next topic. Now, physical properties of non-metals occur at solid or gas. Bromine is liquid. Basically, most of the non-metals are basically found as solid or in gaseous form, except one, that is the bromine is liquid. That is an exceptional case. Generally bad conductor of heat and electricity. One is exception, that is called the graphite. As you know that the pencil lead is made up of graphite. So be very much careful along with the pencil lead. Never ever insert the pencil into the socket of your electric connection. कभी भी पेंसिल को इलेक्ट्रिक सॉकेट पे मत डालना, because it's a good conductor, though it is non-metal, but it's a good conductor of electricity. They are non-sonorous. Non-sonorous means what? Cannot produce sound when strike. हम लोग जब उसको हिट करते हैं या फिर स्ट्राइक करते हैं तो साउंड प्रोड्यूस नहीं होता. Non-lusters, not appear shiny. Only iodine has lusters. Exceptional case is only iodine. So most of the non-metals are basically non-lusters. That means they are having a dull appearance, and iodine is having only the luster, that is the shining appearance. Now about the ductility, that is malleability, nothing is there in case of non-metals. If you want to, if you beat, okay, if you beat, then it will be breakable, most of the non-metals. And one more thing about the that is melting point. Melting point is very low in case of non-metals. Rather than, say for example, you can take the example of plastic. So whenever you heat the plastic, it started melting, right? So most of the non-metals, they are having a very low melting point. So this is all about the physical properties of metals and non-metals. Okay, so we are going to the next section of this particular part. Now chemical properties, that is very important things. Now here one thing is given. Metals form basic oxides like magnesium oxide, while non-metals form acidic oxide, as in acid rain. This particular part we have already studied in acid, base and salt, in which we have seen that most of the, actually all the metal oxides are basic by nature. How it is, it can be proved, metal oxides. Okay, let's see. whenever base and acid react together, they form the salt along with water, right? But whenever the metal oxide react with acid, what they can form? Let's see. What they can form? They can also form the salt plus water. So in this particular reaction, you can easily see that this is common, this is also common, this is also common, this is also common, right? So all the factors are common. So what we can conclude? We can conclude that this base and metal oxide, they are same. So we can say that metal oxides are basic by nature. What you can say? We can say that metal oxides are basic by nature. So we can draw this conclusion that metal oxide form basic oxides like magnesium oxide, while non-metal oxides are basically what? They're acidic oxide. In the same way, if you see the non-metal oxide, so we can write the same thing like same base plus acid salt. So non-metal oxide plus base. Salt plus water. So what we got? Same, salt plus water. So base is already there. That means what? That means this non-metal oxide is nothing but having a acidic property. So we can come to a conclusion that this non-metal oxide is having a acidic property. That's it. The next one. Okay. Now we can go to the new section, that is chemical properties of metal. So इतना तक कोई confusion है किसी को? Last कौन सा? ये वाला metal oxide form basic oxides, ये वाला देख लो. हम लोग मेटल ऑक्साइड को क्या बोलते हैं? बेसिक ऑक्साइड. अभी जब बेस एसिड के साथ रिएक्ट करता है तो वो सॉल्ट एंड वाटर प्रोड्यूस करता है. In the same way, whenever the metal oxide react with acid, they also form the salt and water. तो अगर ये एसिड है, अगर प्रोडक्ट सॉल्ट और वाटर है, तो डेफिनेटली ये जो मेटल ऑक्साइड है उसका नेचर भी बेस जैसा ही होगा, नहीं तो प्रोडक्ट क्यों सॉल्ट एंड वाटर आएगा? इतना सोचो. जब बेस और एसिड, समझ में आया?
हाँ मुझे.
हाँ, अगर बेस एसिड के साथ रिएक्ट करने से उसका प्रोडक्ट आता है सॉल्ट एंड वाटर, और दूसरी बार जब मेटल ऑक्साइड एसिड के साथ रिएक्ट करता है तो उसका भी प्रोडक्ट आता है सॉल्ट एंड वाटर. तो इससे हमको पता चलता है कि एसिड एसिड तो सेम है, सॉल्ट सॉल्ट सेम है, वाटर वाटर सेम है. तो कौन सा सेम नहीं है? जो बेस है और जो मेटल ऑक्साइड है. उसका मतलब है मेटल ऑक्साइड का जो नेचर है वो नेचर है बेसिक, and that is why the salt and water is being produced. In the same way, whenever the non-metal oxide is reacting along with the base, it will always produce the salt and water. इसका मतलब क्या है? उसका मतलब है non-metal oxide का जो property है या फिर उसका जो nature है वो है acidic property या फिर acidic nature. So we can easily say that metal oxides are basic by nature and non-metal oxides are what? Acidic by nature. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Just hold on. The next point is about chemical properties of metal. Now, whenever we come to the point about chemical property, just remember one thing, that is all about the reactions. Now, reaction with air. Metals can burn in air, react or don't react with air. So there are three options can be given. Metals can burn in air, react or don't react with air. There are three options. Burn in air means what? Whenever they react along with the oxygen. After reaction, they will produce something, or else they don't react with air. Now, whenever metal react with oxygen means what? They burn in air. Now, what is meant by react? Metal will combine with other and produce something, that is called react. And some metals are, they never react with air. Some metals like sodium and potassium are kept immersed in kerosene oil as they react vigorously with air and catch fire. हम लोगों ने जितने सारे मेटल हम लोगों ने देखे हैं उसमें सोडियम और पोटेशियम को केरोसिन ऑयल में डुबो के रखना पड़ता है. क्या करना पड़ता है? केरोसिन ऑयल में उसको डुबो के रखना पड़ता है, क्योंकि ये इतना रिएक्टिव है, वो बहुत विगोरसली रिएक्ट करता है एयर के साथ एंड इट विल कैच फायर, आग लग जाता है. एंड इसलिए सोडियम और पोटेशियम इन दोनों मेटल को केरोसिन में डुबो कर रखना पड़ता है, दैट इज immersed in kerosene oil, so that they cannot be able to catch the fire. Some metals like magnesium, aluminum, zinc, lead react slowly with air and form a protective layer on their surface. कुछ कुछ मेटल है जो एयर के साथ क्या करता है? रिएक्ट करता है और उस मेटल के ऊपर एक प्रोटेक्टिव लेयर आ जाता है उसके सरफेस में, जैसे कि मैग्नीशियम, एल्यूमिनियम, जिंक, लेड एटसेट्रा. Magnesium can also burn in air with a white dazzling light to form its oxide. Magnesium can also burn in air with a white dazzling light to form its oxide. हम लोगों ने देखा है कि मैग्नीशियम जो रिबोन होता है, फर्स्ट चैप्टर में हम लोगों ने पढ़ा था केमिकल रिएक्शन में, मैग्नीशियम का जो रिबोन होता है वो रिबोन को अगर हम जला दे तो ये डेजलिंग लाइट के साथ जल जाता है. एंड after that the ash is being there, and this ash is nothing but the ash of magnesium oxide, right? So whenever this magnesium react with oxygen that is born in air, they always produce a white dazzling light and magnesium oxide as a ash. Iron and copper do not burn in air but combine with oxygen to form oxide. आयरन और कॉपर बर्न नहीं होता पर यह ऑक्साइड फॉर्म करता है. When heated, iron filings burn and sprinkled over flame. हम लोग जब हीट करते हैं ना आयरन को तो आयरन फाइलिंग्स प्रोड्यूस होता है. They burn and sprinkled over flame. Metals like silver, platinum and gold don't burn or react with air. कुछ कुछ मेटल है जैसे कि सिल्वर है, प्लैटिनम है, गोल्ड है, वो कभी बर्न भी नहीं करता, रिएक्ट भी नहीं करता, क्योंकि एक मेटल का एक सीरीज होता है जिसको हम बोलते हैं मेटेलिक सीरीज और रिएक्टिविटी सीरीज. इसमें जो जो मेटल ऊपर रहता है वो हाईली रिएक्टिव रहता है, जो जो मेटल मिडिल में रहता है वो लो रिएक्ट मतलब थोड़ा बहुत मॉडरेट रिएक्टिव रहता है, और जो जो मेटल नीचे रहता है वो लेस रिएक्टिव रहता है. सो हैंस वी कैन गेट अ लिस्ट ऑफ हाईली रिएक्टिव, मॉडरेटली रिएक्टिव, moderately reactive and less reactive metals. Like sodium react with oxygen to produce the sodium oxide, Magnesium react with the oxygen to produce magnesium oxide. Copper react with the oxygen to form the copper oxide. Aluminium react with the oxygen to produce aluminium oxide. So these are the chemical properties of metal regarding the reaction with air. Okay. Any confusion, anyone?
No, sir.
Eli, Riddhi, Piyarli? Okay, fantastic. So today will be, this much will do because Trisha is not there. Because after this, whatever the topic is there, she need to, she need to attend the class. Otherwise, she won't be able to understand. Okay, I'll be sending the video recording in the group so that it can also help you along with the notes. Okay. So that's all for today. You people take care and stay well. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.